Muted. There we go. Good morning, Grand Rising, everybody. I hope you're having a great Monday. I just said that. I hope you guys are having a great Monday today. Let me know if my audio is sounding good. Please let me know. Hey, Miss Dolores, hello there. How are you? Evangelist Lolita, hello, hello, hello. Lisa, hello there. Hello, hello, hello. I hope Lisa did. Hey, hey, hi, Donisha. Hey, Deja. Hey, Deja, how are you? Lord. Hey, Mr. Soso. Hello there. Wait, Lisa, you got two YouTubes, or is that this? Are y'all both got the same name, and I'm just noticing it? I'm like, wait a minute. Hey, Lisa, hi there. How are you? Alrighty, guys. Um, Today I'm gonna catch you guys all up on this Naziyah Harris situation. I've been following it since the very beginning. Okay. So I'm not one of those people that just jumped on after the YouTube and things that me after the TikToks and the stuff like that and the hearings. I've been watching it since the beginning. So I'm going to catch, hey Monique, I'm going to catch everyone up. For people that are just catching on, that are just like trying to get a hold of everything and like process it all. I'm gonna go back a little bit because there are some people, guys, believe it or not, that don't know anything about this story. They don't even know the beginning stages. So I'm gonna start off at the beginning very briefly, very quick, and then we're gonna go into some of the things that has came out over time. Okay, the family background and stuff like that. Hey, Jazzy, hello there. How are you? If it's anyone in here that don't know even the beginning of the story, please press one so that I can know that. Hey, Black Beauty, hello there. Hello there. Hello there. How are you? If you don't know the background of this story, press one so that I can kind of gauge who's watching me right now so that I can know how far I gotta go back. Um, Evangelist, you don't know even the beginning? Okay, so we're gonna go from the beginning, and then the beginning parts, y'all, I'm gonna breeze right on through it. The investigation parts, we're going to sit there for a little bit so then, we can kind of dig into that. And then we're going to get into everything that has come out. All right. That's how this is going to go. So I'm going to go back and pull y'all forward with us because trial starts in March. Okay. So this is a trial that we're going to be covering step by step. It's only some things that we do know, but there's other things that I know that are going to come out during the trial. So we're definitely going to be watching it closely. So let's get into everything. If you haven't done so already, please make sure that you share to somebody, okay? This is definitely one of those topics that needs to be shared or shared out to people, guys, because it's happening a lot all throughout social media and things of that nature. So please make sure that you share, alrighty? Let's get into the background, alrighty? So this started back in January of 2024, okay? On January the 9th of 2024, 13-year-old Naziyah Harris had got off of her school bus near Cornwall Street in Third Mile, close to Warren Avenue and Outer Drive on Detroit's east side. So she does not return home. Her grandmother becomes concerned that evening, but waits until the next morning to report her missing, okay? So on January the 9th, Jarvis Butts, a registered offender, was scheduled to turn himself in for a gun charge. So this court date was postponed to February. Butts allegedly had met Harris on this day. The two had reportedly traveled to another location and later returned to Detroit, where Butts checked into a motel. So on January the 10th, Naziyah's grandmother had reported her missing to authorities. So her grandmother had went to the school resource officers first, which a lot of people were wondering, why the world did you go there first? Why didn't you go to the police first? Why did you go to the school resource officers and your granddaughter is missing? Okay. So then we're moving into March the 7th, 2024. Naziyah's school ID was found by a woman on 7th Mile in Evergreen. She contacts the police after recognizing the name that was on the news that she was watching. So on September of 27th of 2024, Butts was charged as a habitual fourth-time offender with first-degree premeditated murder, child sexual abuse, material, and as well as second-degree criminal sexual conduct with the person under the age of 13. So on January the 6th of 2025, a preliminary hearing was held to determine if Butts will stand trial. Evidence did include text messages and testimonies from family members. There was some key evidence that was brought to the hearing. So Butts had a documented history as sexually abusing minors, including a conviction that dates back into 2005 and allegations of involving two other young girls. Authorities also alleged that he had sexually abused Naziyah in 2022 when she was 11 years old. Explicit text messages and photos were then exchanged between Butts and Harris. So pregnancy and outline searches. So there was some text records that revealed that Harris had informed Butts that she had missed her period, but Butts had acknowledged her potential pregnancy. And it was also some searches online about he had searched online about some red antifreeze and abortion methods and things of that nature. There was some evidence that was found. So Naziyah's clothing. So there was a pink jacket, a black jacket, and some red and black shoes that was found by the Rogue River or Rouge River. I'm not sure how they pronounce it out there in Michigan. So the items were then described as fresh, showing no significant signs of wear or exposure, and damage to the clothing indicating a potential struggle. So the school ID, we already went over that already. Testimony. So the testimonies came from the grandmother. Shannon had also spoke as well. A sister of Jarvis Butts, who actually many people was more so shocked that she actually went against her brother. So witnesses did describe explicit and coercive behavior by Butts towards Harris. So the presiding judge and prosecutors did criticize the family members, and the broader community has also spoken as well. Now, when it comes down to the family dynamics, guys, now a lot of the things that are coming out right now are things that was already being pieced together way before the hearing. Okay, people were already piecing this stuff together because you have to think Naziyah went missing on January the 9th. Okay. So during the time in which she was missing, people had already knew that Jarvis Butts was someone that was in the home around Naziyah as a registered sex offender. But the public was simply waiting for the authorities to actually say it, okay? Because people were still searching for her as they still are today. People were still searching for her, wondering, where could she possibly be? And that's when it was discovered that Shannon was in a relationship with Jarvis Butts, who was a registered sex offender. Okay. Now, Shannon keeps saying that she didn't know that she knew that he was a registered sex offender and that she forgave him because society did. I don't know who in society told her that we forgave him, but that was her reasoning for continuing to deal with Jarvis Butts. Okay. So Shannon did admit to being aware of Butts' past, but continued a relationship with him, having 5 children together. She claimed that they began to date at 19, while some family members say that they began dating at 16, though Shannon's twin sister, Marquita, also at one point in time did have a relationship with Jarvis Butts. Okay. So actually, it is said that her twin sister, dated Jarvis first. Okay. Now, their mother, Annette, she has faced some criticism for neglecting and exposing the children to dangerous individuals. She had prior CPS cases, and many people do say that she wasn't supposed to get custody of the children whatsoever, i.e. Naziyah and her brother, okay? Because she had her own cases, is which many people out there in Detroit is alleging. It is also alleged that Annette has 7 children, and there are some that haven't been accounted for as of yet, and they're trying to figure out where they are. Okay. So it's also alleged that Shannon took Naziyah to fight a 13-year-old girl, before she went missing. She went to go take Naziyah to go fight some little girl, some 13-year-old girl. But here's the thing. She waited until the time in which Naziyah went missing to report the fight. The fight had already happened, okay? There's a couple things that Shannon had did within the days of Naziyah going missing. One of those things is she went to go and press charges when it comes to Naziyah and this 13-year-old girl fighting. The other thing was she went and did some DNA stuff against Jarvis, okay? Literally the days in which Naziyah went missing. Like literally like days are like this. Okay. But that's not even the bulk of it all. All right. So when it comes to Shannon is, so let me walk you through. A lot of people are trying to figure out who is who. Okay. This is Annette. Okay. This is the grandmother of Naziyah. and the mother of Marquita and Shannon. Okay, so she is the mother of Marquita and Shannon. They're twin sisters. Okay. Um, then you have Lady. Okay. Lady this is the older picture of her. She looks a lot more different now. Lady is actually Naziyah's birth mother. Okay. Now, Lady did not have Naziyah with her because, of course, she was dealing with her own things, from her traumas and things that her mother knew well enough about. And so Naziyah ended up living with her grandmother. What kind of grandmother is this? A sick one. A sick one. Yeah, this is a sick grandma. She basically dressed herself up as a church going grandma who prays, but behind the scenes there's a dark. We can officially say that Naziyah lived in a house of horrors. We can officially say that this family has a 40-year backlog of sexual assault and predators. 40 years. Okay? We can officially say that Annette knew that Jarvis was in that house with Naziyah. We can officially say that Shannon knew that Jarvis was in the house with Naziyah. Okay? Now, a lot of people also have pointed out that, now here's what kind of confused me in this situation. Give me 1 second, guys, so I can see if I, 1 second. 1 moment, please. Because Jarvis had got out of jail, and it looks like that he went literally right to Shannon. Okay? Right directly to Shannon, Marquita, and whoever else. He went directly to her. Okay? There's pictures of her posting with him in jail. There's pictures of her, making posts of different times, in which lets us know that she knew what he was before he walked into her life. She said it, but there are so many things across the board that let us know that you definitely knew and you definitely accepted it. Just last night, it was discovered that not only did she know, but also it was a pregnancy test that was taken that she knew about when it comes to Naziyah. Okay, now let's go over the backlog. Okay, alrighty. So this up here is basically the entire tree. Okay, not everybody, but whoever's name has been said and for what reason. Okay, that's what this is. Give me 1 second. This is for whoever has ever done anything, whoever has been mentioned. Hey, Chris. Okay, so at the very, very top is Annette. Okay, that is Annette. Then if you look over, you will see Annette's brother, whose name is Eric Gamble. Okay, Eric Gamble is his name. That is the young man, the older guy that we had seen with Naziyah dancing on his lap and stuff like that. Okay, that is Annette's brother. Okay, it is also being alleged that Eric is a registered sex. That's not an allegation. The registered sex offender part is not an allegation. It's true. Okay, the allegation that is behind that is that he is Annette's abuser. Okay, then if you look over, you will also see Willie. We at the very top right now. The two fellas at the top on the sides of Annette's name. Okay, that's Willie. Willie is Florentino's, spelled his name wrong, father, who is Annette's children. Okay, Shannon, Marquita, Lady, and Florentino is Annette's children. 4 of them that we have seen and heard a lot, and that's why they are up here. Okay, Florentino's father is Willie. It is said that Willie is the abuser of Lady. Willie is the abuser of Lady. Annette did not believe Lady, did not listen to her cries, did not care. She was more so angry at Lady about the fact that her husband was doing inappropriate things with her daughter, Lady. Okay? Then we're going to go down to the next for the smaller boxes. Okay? You have Shannon. She has 5 children with Jarvis Butts. It is alleged that they've been dating somewhere between 16 and 19 years old. There's been multiple different ages that has been given in between. Okay? Then connected to Shannon is a cousin by the name of Sierra, who says that Shannon had sexually assaulted her up until the age of 12 years old, between 6 and 12 years old. Then we're going to go to Marquita. Okay, Marquita is Shannon's sister, twin sister, who also dated Jarvis Butts first. Okay, she dated Jarvis Butts first. But not only did she date Jarvis Butts first, her daughter is the child that testified in his preliminary hearing about the things in which she witnessed when it came to Naziyah. It was her daughter. Okay? Then you have, of course, Naziyah, who is a lady's child, who many do believe that not only did Marquita have a jealousy towards Lady, there are posts and things of her calling Lady ugly and talking about Lady. So she had to deal with Marquita and Shannon Shannon and Marquita attacking her. Then you have her mother who's treating her a certain type of way because her mother's husband was an abuser. And now you have Lady's daughter, who is Naziyah, who cannot be found, who literally opened up the vault to all of this. Okay? Who they said was pregnant by Jarvis Butts. Okay? Now, if you look close to Jarvis' name, you will also see over to the side is Annette, and it's because Annette slept with Jarvis. She was caught in bed with Jarvis. He was supposed to be doing some home work with him, with her, some, things about with the house, and they caught them together. Okay? Then you have Jarvis, who has been a registered sex offender since 2005, okay? Has a past history of giving a 4-year-old as STD. And then you have his 20 plus children, okay? Now, family members did allege that his older children are children that belongs to young children or who were young children at the time. Their mothers were kids when they had them. So he has not only his children, okay, that were connected to this, but then you also have the multiple victims outside of it, because there has been other people that have speaking out that says that they have been victimized by Jarvis Butts. Okay, so it looks like that Jarvis has literally been start over. Not start over. Start. Okay, does everybody understand what I just said? I'm trying to get everybody to understand the diagram. Do you want me to explain it again? Does everybody understand the connections with everybody? Hey, Jazzy, quickly. All right, I'll do it one more time. All right, we're going to start at the very top. Okay, very top is Annette. Hey, Nessa, very top is Annette. Over to the top, next to Annette, you have Eric Gamble and you have Willie. Okay, Willie is her ex-husband. Eric is her brother. Eric is believed to be the person that essayed Annette, where they say that Annette had this baby at a very young age. They're saying that it came from Eric. Okay? Now, the 4 names that you see Shannon, Marquita, Lady, and Florentino. Okay? Those are Annette's children. Okay? Now, Florentino's father is Willie. Willie is alleged to have been the abuser of Lady. Okay. Then if you move over, you have Shannon. Okay. Shannon is said to be the abuser of Sierra, who is a cousin. Okay. Now, Shannon and Marquita both dated Jarvis. Marquita dated Jarvis first, and then Shannon. Shannon then has 5 children by Jarvis. But when we go back to Marquita, Marquita's child is the child that testified against Jarvis in the hearing. Okay? We're going to go back over, we're going to go down to Jarvis. Okay? Jarvis is the offender of Naziyah. Naziyah is the daughter of Lady. Okay? Go back down to Jarvis again. Annette slept with Jarvis. Jarvis had 20 plus kids in Detroit. Most of his children, their mothers were children. So his older children were kids when Jarvis had produced children with them. And then you have multiple victims that are outside of that. Anybody that you see in blue, there's an allegation of them essaying somebody. Anybody that you see in red is someone who is a victim. So this is the 40-year backlog of Naziyah Harris, the 40-year history of sexual assault within the Naziyah Harris family. Not to mention, there are other children that are now speaking, or adults now, who want to speak because they were abused by Jarvis, or things have happened in the home. It's a family of sickos. It all started, and some people they do. Some people they empathize within that. I don't. No problem. I do not empathize within that. I can't. I cannot empathize. My spirit will not allow me to empathize with her. I don't. I think it's because I'm gonna tell you what I think. I know what it is. The reason why my spirit will not let me empathize with Annette is because one thing I know about grandparents, they may mess up on raising them kids. They may make a couple mistakes on them kids, okay? But when it comes to them grandbabies, you better not play with them. They'll go against their own kids behind their grandbabies. They will put their kids out on the street before they put their grandkids out on the street. So that's why I can't, my spirit won't let me empathize with her. Because she may have made some, things may have happened to her as kids. And, back in the day, that happened to a lot of women. Okay? But that would have made her protect and guard even more. So I think that's why my spirit won't let me empathize with the fact that something happened to her too. If she knew that something happened to her too, well, the family had been speaking about Naziyah since 2023, way before she went missing. Kenya had made a whole post. There was a story that came out, okay? That Shannon, okay? Give me 1 second. All right. So, because I want to give you guys visuals. Shannon, okay? She had a birthday party before Naziyah went missing. She had a birthday party for one of her daughters, okay? So, one of the daughters comes to say, one of the kids at the birthday party comes running upstairs because Jarvis has offered 2 of the kids at the birthday party to do inappropriate things together within the threesome. The child instantly tells Shannon. Shannon says something to Jarvis. Jarvis tells Shannon, No, they're only mad because I didn't give them $20. I didn't get them no money. The real story was, okay, he offered them money to do it, but the little girl ran upstairs. But Shannon knew about it since 2023. There was a time in which Shannon did not live with her mama, y'all. Okay? Shannon had her own place. Things went left, she got evicted, and she had to go with her mama. But around the time where some of this early on abuse happened, it was happening in Shannon's house. And she had already knew about it. The same way she knew about what he was in jail for, and he walked right outside to go be with her. The same way it was abuse happening in her house, is the same way that she ignored when this little girl came running upstairs. And there were family members that were outside the family that was calling CPS, making reports and things of that nature. But Shannon and their mother and the mother, Annette, Miss Annette, this lady here, she would either manipulate the children and scare them and force them not to say anything and, doing that type of stuff to make the kids not speak. That's what Annette was doing. Okay. Meanwhile, you have Jarvis, who is downstairs in the basement messing with the kids. That's what was going on. Now, just to give you a little bit, to give you guys a little bit of what's the name too. Okay. So this is Annette. Annette's abuser is allegedly her brother, Eric Gamble. This is the guy that a lot of people seen with Naziyah on his lap and trying to kiss on her and all that. That's who this is. Registered sex offender. Okay. Then when you have Annette, her ex-husband, also her child's father, whose name is Willie, who passed away. It's alleged that he is a sex offender as well. He is actually Ladies, who is Naziyah's mother, abuser. But when she tried to tell Annette about what was going on, Annette she basically blamed Lady, treated Lady like trash. Treated Lady like trash, didn't want to believe her, chose her man, was more so upset with Lady because what her husband was doing to Lady. Which would explain why Lady is in the situation that she is in right now when it comes to her mental health, any type of drugs or whatever she may be using in the streets, because she is dealing with things that are unhealed. But they are all sick and disgusting. Yeah. And you know what? Because I'm one that I believe really strongly in generational curses. Okay? I do. And I think the fact that this happened to Naziyah, but it all started with on the back of her mother. Life has a strange way to expose the truth, y'all. Naziyah was more powerful than what people are really acknowledging. For real, for real. She is. Like, she's more powerful than what people saw. Like, and I say that in a spiritual realm. She's way more powerful than what people are taking into account. Seriously, because this is a thing, this is a generational curse. Okay, they said that typically the boys, they run out the house and they leave, and the girls are left to stay and to be abused. I wholeheartedly feel that this happening to Naziyah was a fight that her mama been fighting for a long time. It's a mother nature's instinct to protect her children. Yes, yeah. Imagine if Eric Gamble and Corey Gamble were related. That would be crazy. It would. Annette and her twin daughters are jealous of Lady. Yes, they are jealous of Lady, y'all. They are. And I think that, and I saw some posts where they're calling her ugly when in fact she's very much a beautiful. She's she's the pretty one. They were calling her ugly and things of that nature. Shannon and the twin sister calling her ugly and treating her. And this lets me know how they treated her when she was a kid. We are literally watching the exposure of someone's entire DNA and the secrets in which they hid. Unfortunately, it took Naziyah to see it, but imagine how many children within this household has possibly been harmed or touched, and it had to stop somewhere. It had to stop somewhere, y'all. And I wouldn't be surprised if their hate for Lady made them allow Jarvis to do what he did to Naziyah. That I wouldn't be surprised, because people that are that sick in the mind to disregard a person like him would do anything and still make excuses for the things in which they did, and still, like, it's to me, I wouldn't. And that's how generational curses are. The child in which y'all treat the worst, no, you never know telling what y'all do to our own child. And their jealousy was transferred to Lady's kids. Exactly. That's how I look at. That's why I say the desire is more powerful than what people are acknowledging, y'all. It's more powerful in the pain and the hurt that her mother went through. Okay? The spirit that is within this entire situation is going to expose all evil. And it's because of all the evil that they've done to her, Lady. That's what's going on. We're watching a spirit shake an entire generation. Shake it. Okay, y'all, you did this to her mother. You doing this to her. Okay, we got you. Unfortunately, life does things to make things like this come to the forefront. You did think that. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's why this case is the way that it is, y'all. It's this way because there's so many other people and so many other families have dealt with this. But this is as we said, 2024 was the year exposure for celebs. 2025 gonna wake up many generational curses, and you can bet your bottom dollar. There has been so many people that have run into social media, okay, to expose this type of behavior right here. It has been happening since the beginning of the year. Since the beginning. And we spent the entire January, okay, of 2024 searching for Naziyah. We spent the entire January talking about the preliminary hearing of Naziyah. If that don't tell you what's about to happen within this family and other families, I don't know what to tell you. The preliminary hearing was literally around the same time she disappeared. She went missing January 9th. We were watching the preliminary hearing January 9th. I don't know what angel done because that's what's happening. It's some type of spirit. This is a spiritual thing right here, y'all. This is a spiritual thing that is happening within this family, and the generational curse in which Annette has kept secret for a long time. And it all started with her being a victim. But instead of protecting her own daughter, she allowed her daughter to be a victim, dislike her daughter, show hate and animosity and all that towards her own child, and then handed it down to her child's child. Because she wasn't supposed to get no kids in the first place because of the things that was going on within her home prior to even getting Naziyah. She got Naziyah when Naziyah was 2 years old. She lied to CPS to let CPS and basically left some things out. And many people believe that the reason why she didn't report the abuse that was going on when it comes to Jarvis is because she was getting payments for these kids. So because she was getting payments for these children, she sat back and let the abuse go on. So you got to think to yourself, if a woman would know that abuse is happening, And the only reason that you are not speaking upon it or reporting it is because of money. Lord knows what you would have done if Jarvis would have allowed you or given you or kept paying you money to do things for Naziyah, because that's what I think was going on. The same way when I listened to the text messages in the preliminary hearing, where I believe that he was uh, making Naziyah recruit young girls for him, whether it be cousins or whoever. I really do. So, and that's where that money thing came into. Remember when the little girl ran upstairs? So I think that his way of getting Naziyah to do things or other children to do things was with money. So he possibly was paying, whether it be Shannon, whether it be Annette, whoever it was, paying them to allow this to happen. That's another reason why I cannot empathize with Annette. I just cannot. I cannot empathize with that woman. I'm sorry about what happened to her, but every grandmother that I've seen be a great grandmother, they may mess up and screw up with them babies. They kids. But one thing they ain't screwing up with is them grandkids. A good grandma ain't doing that, especially one that is saying she's a church and a God-fearing woman. God-fearing woman going to church, typing scriptures on Facebook. You should have been a grandmother that got together, but you didn't. I can't empathize with her. Yes, this is a 40-year backlog of sexual assault within this family. But Annette had plenty of time to get it together. She had plenty of time to change. She had plenty of time to say enough is enough. She had plenty of time. And that's possibly why Shannon ended up doing what she did to Sierra. Because the things in which Shannon probably seen or was a part of. So she ended up handing it down to another Shannon and hands it down to another generation. This is just something that is being circulated and circulated and circulated within this family. So I can't really give her nothing. I can't give her no type of leeway. Now I will say that last night, okay, there was a gentleman that did call one of the podcasters that was that's in Detroit, and they went to the house in which Marquita and Shannon is. And the guy that called them wanted them out the house, basically, because wanted Marquita and Shannon out the house, and wanted Shannon out the house because he's just sick and tired. And he said they was walking, or they doing a lot of whispering and a lot of secrets, and you know how when a lot going on within the family and everybody is talking but ain't saying nothing, but there's a bunch of odd movements and whispering and gossiping happening, and so he wanted, basically he didn't want no parts of it because he felt like it's dangerous even having them there, because there are people that want to knock their head off their shoulders, like they really want to. Like there are people that are walking through Detroit looking to clear them. And Annette very much played the colorism card. Twins and Annette are dark. Listen to what Shannon said towards Naziyah when they tell her she's ugly. Colorism continues because of their own parents do it. Exactly. And Lady was the light skinned one, y'all, out of both of her sisters. She looked very different than them. Very different. And when I seen that they were so quick to call Lady ugly publicly, like you calling your sister ugly publicly on social media, just imagine how they were being talked to behind closed doors. Just imagine. There was a video that I listened to where the grandmother calling them all type of stupid MFers and all that before they go to school, and he had the audacity after she cusses them out, she prayed with them. But you didn't call them every MF in the world. That's how those children was leaving out to go to school every day. That's how they were leaving to go to school every day. I am one that believes I don't know why. First of all, I don't know why Annette still has kids in her custody. CPS. Later on this week, y'all, we're going to do a deep dive investigation into CPS in Detroit. Because I guarantee you they have been probed within the last. I'm gonna give them the last 2 to 3. I guarantee you Detroit has had a probe. So we're gonna do a probe into Detroit's DSS because I want to get an understanding of why these kids are still with Annette. Why does Annette still have children? That's what I'm not understanding. She's been seen out at grocery stores and this, that, and the third with children. How? This woman does not need any kids in her custody. There's a child that is still missing that was pregnant by a man in which Annette stood in the courtroom and acted like she couldn't see. When they asked her, "Do you see Jarvis Butts in the courtroom?" "I don't see him." She got up there and lied and said that he doesn't be at the house. Meanwhile, there's text messages of Naziyah and him mentioning Naziyah's room in the basement and all this and all that. Why do she still have children? CPS? I'm confused. So we're gonna dig into them. We're gonna dig into them later on, probably Wednesday. We're gonna dig into DSS. Okay, she definitely still have children with her. Now, when it comes to Marquita and Shannon, they're in hideout. We can officially say that they ducking and dodging. I don't know what y'all ladies doing out there to them, but they are ducking whatever y'all want from them right now. Okay, y'all already caught the grandmother at the grocery store. Here's the thing, y'all. When she heard someone ask her about Naziyah, she turned and walked away so quick. You would have thought she saw a ghost. I've never seen someone that has just that their child is unable to be found, right? But um you're busy running away when someone mentions them. Like I don't like that. So let me give you a listen in on what she talks to these kids like in the mornings. Right here. Here, put your socks on. Hold on, guys. So my mic had went out. You don't know how to talk. Right. Get these coats. No. So that was her cussing them out and calling them all type of MFs over a coat. I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear it, but my mic had went out a little bit. But that was her cussing them out early in the mornings about a coat. And that's the grandmother in the background with Shannon and, the kids and stuff like that getting ready for school in the morning. And in these, I don't know, which she was calling them MF, stupid MFs early in the morning. The same woman, hey Johanna, the same woman that says that she didn't know that that Naziyah was pregnant when there's videos floating around that you can clearly tell that Naziyah was pregnant. Shannon just admitted last night that there was a pregnancy test done, but Shannon, you had already said that you didn't know nothing about a pregnancy. So how is it last night when they was talking to you last night, you mentioning a pregnancy test? I'm confused. You and your mother got on the stand and lied. Big time. And the more that y'all talk, the more that we know that y'all need to go to jail. Just like you were the last person to see her alive, I believe you have something to do with her and where she is right now. Just like you made mentionings recently that she is alive and she's not deceased and da 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 da. Same thing. I think that you know where she is. And I think you know how she got there. I really do. And she says she's a Christian. Yeah, she says that. Yeah, she makes this little post on, and that was making posts about God, and she's a God-fearing woman, and all this different stuff. And the entire time, she's running a house of horrors where children are being fondled and touched for 40 years. Yeah, and lied to CPS in order to get children in a check. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened, which is sad. Now I know that she was a victim as well as they're stating, but you had plenty of, and I still want to know where's you had 7 kids. We've only seen about 5 of them. I think it's 5 we done seen so far. Where's the other ones? We didn't see all them 7s. So they're basically saying that there's some other kids that done ran away somewhere. Don't know where they are. But she has 7 children. But she told CPS she only had 2. She actually has 7. And that was another lie that she told. Yeah. Sad that these children might have ever reached out for help because they don't know any different and think this evil is the norm. So heartbreaking. They do. They think that it's the norm because it happens to everyone. Jarvis was touching on not just Naziyah, Marquita's daughter, other children that entered the home. So this is something, and this lets you know that if all the children was downstairs, and all y'all adults are in the house, what were y'all doing? What were y'all doing? That all these kids is downstairs and that grown man is downstairs with them. None of y'all females thought to go check downstairs. That's why I think that y'all was okay with it, because it was happening too often for y'all not to be. Either not to be or not to be aware of it. It's just no way. I'm sorry. So DCF didn't do no type of background check on her. I don't believe so. She lied. She told him she had 2 kids. That's it. She has 7, and that has 7 kids. She told him she has 2. She was never supposed to be able to get another kid ever because of the things that was going on within her home with her own children. So she shouldn't even been able to get Naziyah and her brother, who the brother had already ran away before. These kids is running away from something. And they said that the boys typically run away and the girls are left to be abused. That's what is the part of their generational curse. The boys leave. The girls stay, and it's always a predator somewhere around. Because when I'm looking over this, right? Why is there so many predators in one place? And why do you attract so many predators? Why do you attract, like, it's like you attract them? Because I've never seen where it's like so many predators. Like they say that your brother's a predator, ex-husband's a predator. Like, what's going on that it's all these predators just all around you like this? Is alleged that some other people down the line that we haven't seen just of yet that is predators? What it's like, are you selling children? Because they said that it was about 11 kids, like 11 kids in that house a day. It makes me wonder, were you receiving payments or something? We're going to find out more when this child comes. She a magnet. Yeah. Do you think that she kind of chases the boys off so that she has some girls that she can pimp out? That's what I'm wondering. Because, like I said earlier, if you would ignore abuse in order to continue to get a paycheck, you'll get paid for the abuse. Why wouldn't you? If a person is sick enough to not want to report their grandchildren or children being abused because they want to continue to get income, if somebody comes like Jarvis and say, "I'll give you $100 if you let me have Naziyah," she'll do it. Why wouldn't she do it? She's sick. 11 kids in one house with a predator is crazy. He was free roam to do any and everything. When he got out of jail in 2014, 2015, he went right home to Shannon. And from my math, it's looking like that. And my people in Detroit, y'all can let me know. Did he do time in a halfway house? Because she has been posting pictures of him since 2013. If he didn't get out of jail until 2014, 2015, that means that she was dealing with him like in a halfway house or something. She didn't even let him get completely out of jail. That's the part right there that I'm kind of confused about. That if he didn't get out until like, because I did see where she went to prom with someone. Okay, she went to prom with someone graduating high school, and it was not him. And this was in 2017. No, 2007. I'm sorry, 2007. So I'm trying to get an understanding of where did she get, if he, I think she didn't even wait for him to clear before she was dealing with a pedo. That's what I think. Honestly and truly. She didn't give him no time. As soon as Jarvis came home, he was dealing with Marquita first, and then his sister. And then had 5 kids by the sister. And abused them as well. Along with Naziyah. Along with Marquita's daughter. And other children's in between. And Shannon found no problem with it. At all. Alrighty, guys. If you are new over here, please make sure that you definitely do follow me, okay? Follow me, follow me, follow me. I have been keeping up with this thing since it all started. I will be monitoring the trial as well to see how that goes about. If you are new over here, I do go live Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, covering different topics. There's another case that we're going to be looking at this week, y'all. A woman kills her 11-year-old daughter because she was sleeping with her boyfriend. When I tell you that 2025 is about to expose all abuse, brace yourself. It's about to expose all abuse that has been happening for, not the area daggone electricity just went out, guys. Lord have mercy. Alrighty, y'all. I'm about to get ready to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m., okay? 10 a.m. EST time. 10 a.m. EST. I will see you guys. And I don't know what this happened. Only that one went out. Alrighty. 10 a.m. EST time tomorrow. Okay. I will see you guys. If you're not following me, please make sure that you do so. I got to figure out why this thing just did this. And I will see you guys tomorrow.